victory lane as well at Darlington Raceway. His first win as a driver-owner for RFK. So Keselowski technically qualifies for the All-Star race in two different ways. Number one, a win from either the current or prior year former All-Star race winners, or in his case, former champions as well.
Face a challenge in the outside lane from Austin Dillon.
So Austin Dillon comes flying around the outside. Looking 3 wide for position 4.
Tyler Reddick shoehorns his way to the inside of William Byron. That leaves Ricky Stenhouse Jr. high wide to gain some in the outside lane. He takes advantage, powers around both of them, and now we'll go after both of them.
Strong run for Ricky Stenhouse. Staying on the outside lane in another spot.
He puts a wheel up now on Alex Bowman. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to number 3 position. Bowman back to 4th, but that may not last. 3 wide again. Reddick to the inside. Reddick takes the spot on the inside. He'll go to P4. Looks to the inside on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then 3 wide again on the back straightaway. Byron in the middle. Stenhouse up high. Move Tyler Reddick.
And he's got it working well. He's up to the 3rd spot.
Well, we talked about how this might not be the most aggressive race of the weekend. Shows what I know. They've been very aggressive. 3 wide twice already. Front of the pack, top 4 now have all gone single wide.
They double up behind them.
Things have not gone well for Alex Bowman so far. That car looks a little bit tight in the center of the corner. He started on the front row. He's been drop-kicked all the way back to 7th in this 9-car field.
Yeah, 75-lap run here for that. Chassis of that Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. He's got Ross Chastain lined up to his inside.
Chastain drives down the inside, trying to drop kick Bowman back to the 8th spot now. Alex tries to hang with him in turn number 3.
Toyota Camry to the 2nd position and into a battle with Austin Dillon.
Flying those blue and white Sirius XM colors this weekend. Now the back straightaway into 3. On the back bumper now, the 2nd place machine of Austin Dillon.
Now we'll see what Tyler Reddick does. He's got a car and a half, maybe 2 now over the back. Junior that has dropped anchor as of late. And with that, the caution flag is on the speedway. This is the design competition caution. Brad Keselowski shows the way. Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon make up the top 3 from North Wilkesboro Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Brad Keselowski led all 30 laps. Tyler Reddick challenged him a couple of times, Brad Gilly, but push came to shove. Keselowski had a little bit too much, stayed on the point the entire race.
Well, the great thing about this, too, and the way that this race was designed was to have this competition caution to now make sure that they get lined up side by side for a restart. The other part of it, look down on pit road. It's about to get busy here once they open it up. You can see the crews for each one of the teams loosening up, getting ready to put 4 fresh Goodyear Eagle tires on those next-gen race cars and send them back out. This is great about All-Star Weekend. The pit crews are a big part of what's happening here. Yesterday was the pit crew competition where Michael McDowell's crew won that pit crew competition. Today, pit stops matter. Tomorrow, pit stops are going to matter in both the Open and in the All-Star race. Those 5 crew members who jump over the wall to make things happen, as much as we're showcasing the drivers out there lap after lap.
And if you can remember, last year we had 2 different types of tires for the All-Star race. A hard, the alternative tire, which was a little bit softer. This year,
brand new sticker Goodyear Eagle. Ricky Stenhouse, same loose. They're making a chassis adjustment on his Chevrolet Speedboat.
Well, the Byron is going to be 4 tires and a chassis adjustment. Ross Chastain in it as well. Chassis adjustment, although no chassis adjustment there, is pretty happy with the car. We documented the struggles of Alex Bowman. There was a chassis adjustment, air pressure adjustment, 4 tires, and Alex Bowman rolls back onto the speedways.
cranking back up again here with Brad Keselowski.
Second, the battle is for third. Josh Berry to the inside of Austin Dillon.
Oh, 3 wide. Here comes William Byron. And Byron making contact back to the corner.
Austin Dillon got tight in turn 3, went up the banking, opened the door for William Byron, and they continue 3 wide all the way around. Now Josh Berry bails out, and he ends up 3 wide in the middle again.
Across Ross sequence there for Josh Berry as he finds himself at the tail end of the field.
At the front of the pack, it continues to be Brad Keselowski, still second is Reddick. William Byron is up to 3rd, Dillon 4th, Ross Chastain, here comes Tyler Reddick pushes up into that second groove. Keselowski gives him room, rockets off the top of turn 2, fends off the attack for the moment.
As Brad Keselowski runs the middle of the racetrack in 3 and 4, leaves the bottom wide open. His Toyota right down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Brad Keselowski knows the groove he wants, keeps that outside lane in hand, and immediately pulls away now from Tyler Reddick. He's gone by about a car length in 3.
Byron took a look to the inside of Reddick there in 3. He'll back away because
become a 4-car battle around the outside. Keselowski has the lead. William Byron's going to follow him and try and pass Reddick.
Byron's going to the outside of Tyler Reddick for the runner-up spot. Reddick looks in the mirror and sees Ross Chastain. Car right at the front of the field.
Ross Chastain, Chevrolet, a good deal better than it was in the first one. They made some timely adjustments. They continue to chase Brad Keselowski.
Here comes William Byron around the outside of Reddick. This will be the race for second. Keselowski continues to hold the lead. Over those he's racing around in the Brad battles back topside.
This up without a fight. He comes storming back in the outside lane. Keselowski on the inside. Outside, rather. Chastain down low for the number 1 spot.
Ross Chastain takes
round and round they go, inches apart for the number 1 spot here in Wilkesboro. Ross Chastain in the low groove. Keselowski up high. Blaney wants the 3rd spot from Byron.
So Chastain and Keselowski. Seesawing the lead back and forth.
More than 4 laps now, absolutely door to door, all the way around this racetrack. Chastain hugs the bottom. Keselowski up high, Brad by a fistful.
To see how this one's going to shake out as they head for the backstretch.
These leaders can't get too interested in each other because William Byron is only a half a car length back, and he's got Ryan Blaney in his hip pocket.
Now you have the front four clumping together. They've thrown everything at him, but he has responded in kind, and he's been able to keep. Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman rounding out the top 5, finishing in 6th. Reddick, Dillon, and Stenhouse, the rest of the finishers. Let's go to pit road.
Jeremy Boland's crew chief down here from Brad Keselowski. Jeremy, you won yesterday, you won today. Just describe
Thousands of a second.
2/1000 of a second.
So that was tight. That was fun for a race that had a very limited number of cars. You can get out there and battle. I have never seen anybody race that hard.
Top 2 finishers of the Open and the fan vote winner. And boom, when we watch the Open, that is the last opportunity to be able to race for $1 million. And I can promise you they are going to be desperate for that win, desperate to get into the All-Star race. But right here, we saw just how important track position and starting position is. Ross Chastain literally went from the back of the field to drive up to the front. Can Chase Elliott do the same? And he has to drop back to the tail of the field. he drive up to the front, either win this or like Chastain in heat race number 1, finish runner-up. Chase Elliott with the Prime sponsored car, of course, next week for the Coca-Cola 600. Prime takes over 5 weeks of coverage for the NASCAR Cup Series, and make sure you get your subscription to that. You do not want to miss a single lap of any of the races coming up.
I had a chance yesterday. Dale Earnhardt Jr. dropped by the booth and we chatted with him. I know he's tremendously excited about being a preeminent part of the broadcast team for Prime, which comes online next week for the Coca-Cola 600.
Adam Alexander, the anchor for that, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Steve Letarte, the analyst for that. They've got a great lineup of pit crew members and all of that. But right here, we're talking all-star racing. We've got a lot happening as they're lined up behind the Mustang Dark Horse. They're going to come around. They're going to come down pit road. They'll do a pass through there, check the lights on their digital dash that was set by the crew chief to tell them we need 1 red, 2 yellow, whatever it might be. Make sure that they're on pit road. And again, like in heat race number 1, there will be a competition caution, and it's on or about lap 30. In heat race number 1, we saw 4 drivers stay out. We saw 6 drivers go in, take on fresh Goodyear tires. One of those drivers ran his way up to second, even challenged for the lead and led a lap in Ross Chastain.
And we do not have the number 5 car from Hendrick Motorsports, normally piloted by Kyle Larson, because Kyle's been busy today up at Indianapolis qualifying for next Sunday's Indianapolis 500. And even if Allgaier was in the relief role here, it wouldn't count. He could still start in the back. So there's no reason to put that car in harm's way in one of the heat races.
That's a great point. Kyle Larson will be here tomorrow for the All-Star race. People were worried about if it conflicts, if he was one of the Firestone Fast 6 drivers. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that conflict, but Kyle Larson has said he is committed to running the All-Star race tomorrow regardless. And right now, Kyle Larson's number 17 car, 21st fastest at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in qualifications for the Indianapolis 500 earlier today. So we look forward to seeing him back in that number 5 car.
Considering the problems that Larson has had up at Indy already, I think to go out, qualify 21st, have the car all in one piece, and being in really good shape, that's a pretty successful day for him up at the Brickyard.
Yeah, no question about that. We're about to come back to the start-finish line once again. You see the Ford Mustang Dark Horse leading the way with the lights on, and we're getting closer and closer. We're going to have at least one more time by before they take 1 to go, and then we'll send these cars out there under fire, ready to see.
Fans are on their feet in anticipation of the start here for heat race number 2 as they roll out of the shadows of turn 4.
Looking down low, Briscoe will be successful in that effort. He'll run second.
Only 1 to wheel in heat race number 1. 1, 2, 3.
They come out of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Christopher Bell shows the way. Briscoe running in back over in second. And a car length and a half back to Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin riding in 3rd. You got Joey Logano in 4th, but they are getting after from 5th on the
race car. He was pointed towards the infield.
Yeah, if he had gone where he was headed, he'd be at the back gate right now. But he made the save. He's dropped back to the number 9 position, but saved the race car.
Did a nice job.
Because he's got trouble down low. There's Busher. Dials up to the line drive. Side.
What strong move by Joey Logano.
Now the crosshairs are on the back bumper of Denny Hamlin's progressive Toyota, and Busher again closes in very quickly down the back straightaway.
Here they come off the corner. 6 laps complete this time by.
Running up high, Busher tried to go higher, nothing doing there. He'll duck low, drive underneath him on the back straightaway. Chris Busher now on the move.
Busher to the inside and Hamlin tries to
that would void the promoter's caution. But Marcus Smith says he has something up his sleeve for the promoter's caution, just a different twist to a special event here tomorrow.
I can't wait to see what he's come up with. He's a guy with a big imagination. Two things struck me in this race. Christopher Bell's really fast, was locked up on the racetrack. Denny Hamlin is not. Denny Hamlin was lost. He dropped back like a boat anchor, and then Harrison Burton got around him, and they've obviously got major problems on the number 11 car.
Yeah, this is Denny Hamlin on a short track. He is one of the best, if not the best, short track racers that we've seen in many, many years on the NASCAR Cup Series circuit. And whatever is ailing that car, they're going to have to stick a wrench in it. They're going to have to change some air pressure, whatever limited adjustments that they can make here on this pit stop here. And it'll be exciting. Pit road is open, so we'll see what takers we have, what takers we don't. We'll let the Motor Racing Network bring you that action with Steve Post and Chris Wilner down on pit road. You can see a lot of the crew members out there ready to make some big things happen as Christopher Bell leads the field here, and he will dive onto pit road. Unlike heat race number 1, Chase Briscoe actually stayed out as the only one. Let's go to MRN.
10 that stays on the racetrack. Everybody else will come down for a fresh set of Goodyear Eagles and Sunoco Racing Fuel. Let's start our coverage with Chris.
Well, it's a surprising call for Christopher Bell. Thought they'd take a page out of Brad Keselowski, but the option is to come in. He said, "They're really good. Just give me 2 tires," and that was the call for Adam Stevens. He's down and away. Joey Logano will in for 4 tires, and both Harrison Burton and Kyle Busch struggling with a loose race car.
Chassis wrench in the back of the car. The chassis wrench went flying, sticking up from the road or from pit road down here. So a bad pit stop, but they made a chassis adjustment trying to loosen that car out. Chase Elliott reported his car was a little loose. Austin Cindric needed more drive off. Daniel Suarez said his car was free. James Small said to Chase Briscoe, "Do you think you can man up and lead if the 20 pits stay out on the racetrack?" And that's what Chase Briscoe did.
All right, thank you very much. For Denny Hamlin's team, yes, anytime you make an adjustment during a caution flag pit stop, your car is handling poorly because that adjustment's going to take you extra time. That one, unfortunately, took a little extra time, but no net loss whatsoever.
No, Denny had nothing to lose there. He was in last place when that race ended, so coming in, he lost nothing. I did notice Bell went with 2 tires. Denny Hamlin went ahead and elected to change 4. I thought that might be the case because they got to try to change everything on that car. You've got to feel like it can't be that far out to lunch.
That was a big swing for that race team. It looked like they went around 2 rounds on that right side wedge adjustment trying to loosen that car up, and definitely a big, big move for them. We'll see if it pays off, and you know what? If it does, they might walk out of here tonight having learned more than some of the other teams as well. When you have to make a big swing like that, you really have to get outside of your playbook.
One little footnote here, post-race inspection for the Window World 250 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race is complete. Chandler Smith is officially your winner.
Big congratulations to him. His 2nd victory of the season after winning at Thunder Valley at Bristol Motor Speedway, the world's fastest half mile earlier. Next weekend, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series heads to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the North Carolina Education Lottery 200, a big race on Friday night as part of one of NASCAR's crown jewel weekends, the Coca-Cola 600 weekend. That event also includes the BetMGM 300 Xfinity race on Saturday. Really looking forward to 600 miles of remembrance on Sunday with the Coca-Cola 600.
And that event very, very close to a sellout. So that's good. It should be. That's a big race. As you call it, a crown jewel event race. And it should be important. It should be a lot of people there hanging off the fences here as we await the flagman's instructions here to get the second half of this heat race underway. The first one was scintillating. Christopher Bell checked out on this one, but so did Brad Keselowski for the most part in the other heat race, and he led all of that. They're going to go at least one more lap around before they turn them back loose.
All right, so what will Chase Briscoe do here to maintain the lead? He does not have the same fresh tires as behind him. 9 cars came down to pit road for service. 1 of them stayed out. We did see, as Doug mentioned, Christopher Bell take on 2 tires, but he's going to line up alongside teammate Chase Briscoe. Heat race number 1, which was won by Brad Keselowski. He almost led wire to wire. Ross Chastain did lead a lap in there. Brad Keselowski won heat race number 1, not coming down to pit road. We know it can be done, and I like what Steve Post said. James Small asked him, "You think you can man up and lead this race?" Well, Chase Briscoe is about to answer that call.
Chase Briscoe was the only driver to elect to stay out. All the rest of the competitors decided to come in, get adjustments, 2 tires and such. Chase Briscoe elected to stay out there on the tires that he started the race with.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing to see what happens. 1 to go here as the lights are about to go out on that Ford Mustang Dark Horse pace car. Heat race number 2. This will line up the outside row for tomorrow's All-Star race here at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
3 wins in a row earlier this year. Row 2, a pair of Penske Fords, is Austin Cindric and Joey Logano.
Tires are paying off for Christopher Bell. He's gone, and it's 3 wide per second. Briscoe on the outside, Logano down low. Cindric in the middle, bangs into Briscoe. They're stuck together momentarily. Briscoe just plummeting backward in that 3 wide lane. Is all the way back now into 7th place after taking no tires. Christopher Bell riding away.
Here's Chase.
He'll spin across the start-finish line. He will lock it down, and he will not make contact with the inside wall. Caution flag will fly for the first time. Make that the 2nd time of heat race number 2.
Chase Briscoe got stuck on the outside lane, was put 3 wide, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Finally, off turn number 4, Dave Moody, the back end of the car simply broke loose.
Well, he had a little help, Alex. He tried to wedge his way out of that 3rd lane down into the 2nd groove. Unfortunately, Daniel Suarez already had the right front corner of the freeway.
I'm going to make some contact. We're ready to go back.
Stay with Christopher Bell off turn 2.
Once again, Bell keeps strong on the outside lane. He pulls away at the end of turn number 2. The battle will be for 2nd. Chase Elliott to the outside of Logano.
Elliott slides up the racetrack. Logano is going to race. Right now, relegated back to 3rd.
Chase Elliott follows to the high groove into Logano's tire track. Joseph Logano on turn number 2. They continue to run single file. Thinking 3 wide behind them, but thinking better of no, they're going to do it.
Aggressive move. He's going to try to make it pay off. Push to the inside of Busher off turn 2.
Kyle Lyon was his fault, but Busher not done with that fight yet. 3 wide for the back again. Daniel Suarez on the bottom. Cindric in the middle. Hamlin top side. He drifted high in turn 2 and gave up a spot to
The 6th spot. Makes his way down the line. Checkered flag goes in the air. For tomorrow night's All-Star. Keselowski and Christopher Bell will be on the front row tomorrow night with Ross Chastain and Joey Logano in row number 2. William Byron and Chase Elliott will be in row number 3. Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch in row 4. Then it'll be Alex Bowman and Chris Buescher in the 5th row. Then it's Josh Berry and Daniel Suarez in row number 6. Tyler Reddick and Chase Briscoe in the 7th row. Austin Dillon will be on the inside of the 8th row with Austin Cindric. The 9th row will have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Harrison Burton. And the 10th row will have Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin.
We will chat with Christopher Bell in a moment. First from North Wilkesboro Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Big line up in the back row tomorrow will feature two great drivers. Denny Hamlin will start back there with Kyle Larson. Of course, Larson could not qualify. He'll fly in tomorrow and get here from Indianapolis, where he qualified 21st today for the Indianapolis 500. So some big names starting way out back.
Yeah, and big names starting out front. That's what makes the All-Star race so good here. And the green flag was out, and when the green flag comes out, you go. We talk about in the Cup Series when we go through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. The leader of the race is the one that controls the field. Here, when the green flag comes out, you're supposed to go.
Well, Joy is going to come back into pit road. I'm sure that at the very least flat spotted some tires here. I don't know that the car got that.
But they've not won this year. Yeah, they've not won either this year or last year, and that's what you need to qualify for the All-Star race.
So keep in mind, drivers that finish first and second in this race will advance to the main event tonight. Plus, we'll also have the results of the fan vote. Brad was saying earlier, the last 2 years, the fan vote winner's been the same guy.
Yeah, that has been Noah Grayson, so we'll see if he can race his way through. That's what he would prefer to do. If he can fall back on the fan vote, that would be nice as well. But Noah Grayson definitely looking to make some big things happen by being one of the top finishers here in the zone.
And it's not unprecedented that you can win the Open and then go ahead and win the All-Star.
It has been. Michael Waltrip's the first driver to do that back in 1996. In fact, when the All-Star race gets underway, Josh Berry will be driving a Michael Waltrip throwback season. Back when Waltrip drove the Woodruff. Inspire Motorsports, Carson Hocevar will start on the outside pole.
In row 2, it's Noah Gragson in the 4 car. The 71 belongs to Michael McDowell, past Daytona 500.
Ryan Preece will start on the inside of row number 3. He's one of the strongest drivers as well. To his outside with Front Row Motorsports will be Zane Smith.
Starting 7th in car number 7, Justin Haley.
Here for the Open with Front Row Motorsports, Todd Gilliland and Chad Fincham, who is campaigning that number 66, as the cars are making their way down pit road, making sure the lights on the digital dash are set correctly. That gives them an indicator of what pit road speed is. They don't have speedometers in the car, and they don't have pit road speed limiters. What the crew chiefs and engineers do is match RPM with what they feel pit road speed should be. They're double checking that. They tell them how many lights they need to have lit in which section of pit road, and right now they're confirming those choices.
And normally after they do this and we have this pit road run, pace car will come around, switch off the lights, and we'll be getting ready to get down to business here in the Open for the All-Star race. Very important, your last chance to get into the big show tonight.
100 laps is the Open. We will have a caution on or about the midway point of this race as well to include the pit crews in this. And speaking of the pit crews, Michael McDowell's pit crew had the fastest pit stop on Friday. They won the pit crew competition at the $100,000 with it. The lights are out on the Ford Mustang Dark Horse pace car, and we're going to go racing here in the Open at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
in the NASCAR Open. Top 2 transferred to the All-Star race. Here we go. The green flag is it's a little bit flatter border. How the racetrack's working so far?
Noah Gregson going the long way. Being a moment going into turn 1 on his right. Sure, he had some help with the car again. Just back of the car going left to right, side to side. Back has Gregson to the
busy as they hop over the wall and start making those tire changes. Be interesting to see if we see any two-tire strategy as well.
Shane Van Gisbergen pitted here right before you get into the turn. Along the front stretch, he has his car in. Let's rejoin the motor racing back.
The road is open. Steve Post.
Strategy, 2 tires for Carson Elsamar, 2 tires for Cotty Gibbs as well down here, 2 for Michael McDowell out here with Van Gisbergen, 4 tires and a chassis adjustment for Noah Gregson. Chris Wilder.
John Hunter Nemechek's in the back end wanted to go sideways. They made a 4-tire change, filled it with Sunoco fuel. Ty Dillon, a 4-tire change, and Zane Smith was in lightning fast pit stop for Zane Smith and crew. Once again, hit the right rear tire, just was not in the racetrack, so they also made an air pressure adjustment on the Zane Smith machine. But here we go, the first and only caution, expected caution here in these pit stops for the open drivers.
Well, we're about to find out how tire strategy and track position are going to make a difference here. When we restart this race, we're likely going to do it with just over 40 laps to go in this event. And for Shane Van Gisbergen, whose team ended up taking 4 tires, they go from 1st to 6th. Carson Elsamar, Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs, Bubba Wallace, Zane Smith, all 2 tire changes on their cars. And track position could be the key here. We've seen all weekend long. We saw it yesterday's Craftsman Truck Series race. pace car is in on pit road. We're about to head through the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for the chance to race for $1 million.
Down the front stretch, he just got back on the lead lap. So all of the cars that started this race, all 18 cars are still on the lead lap, I think.
Next time by, it's going to be 20 laps to go here in the open. Top 2 transfer. Ryan Preece seems to have the faster car among the top drivers right now. He was catching Carson Hocevar on the racetrack. We got a handful of them coming onto pit road. Let's go back to the Motor Racing Network.
Let's start our coverage with Chris Wilner.
EJ Allmendinger, just a quick 2-tire change. He's down and away. The call was to drive out of his rearview mirror to see who behind him was coming in. That included Ty Dillon as well as John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Jones all walking the pits. Hey, Pose.
Riley Herbst brings his automobile into the crew. Here's Noah Gregson coming in. The handle has really never come around on that car. And Michael McDowell got roughed up out there, lost all kinds of spots. They're going to bring that car down and work on it. McDowell gets right side tires. Going to be 4 tires for Michael McDowell, 4 tires for Noah Gregson.
AJ Allmendinger, John Hunter Nemechek, the first off the pit lane, followed by Colt Custer, Ty Dillon, and Eric Jones.
You have to take any opportunity that you have. The only way you're going to win this race is by doing something that the leaders are not. The only way you're going to have a chance to win here in the open, which will ramp up the intensity even more.
That tells me NASCAR was not happy the way that the drivers had lined back up, and they wanted to reset the field before they turned the They come back around next time, 19 laps in the race, decide the final 2 transfer spots. And I'm not sure what's going on here, but Ryan Preece is having to come all the way to the back here. Wow, I wonder if there was a penalty or something that we don't know about, but Preece is now going to start in the caboose position here on this restart.
One of the penalties he could have received is actually hitting the choose box. That is a penalty if you hit that when you're choosing. So now for Carson Hocevar, great opportunity. Bubba Wallace back in the mix now. Shane Van Gisbergen will line up inside row number 2. How bad do you want it? We're about to find out. This is for the chance to race for $1 million. They hit the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone.
Carson Hocevar comes off the turn. He's about to lead his 33rd lap behind him.
They're also
drivers as they will now slow down and start thinking ahead now to race for $1 million.
The rest of the running order was Ryan Priest in 11, Todd Gilliland 12, 13th to SBG, Justin Haley was 14th, 15th Ty Gibbs, then it was Cody Ware, Noah Gregson, and Chad Fincham, and that's your 18 spot running order in this race. And you got to feel a little bit for Ryan Priest. He got that penalty for the violation that you pointed out, the choose violation at that cone. He didn't choose right, ran over it, and that cost him from going up at the front on the restart to go all the way back and effectively took him out of competition.
The fire engines, please welcome John Wood, and from Nascar All-Star, Michael Waltrip.
And joining me from NASCAR on Fox, Jamie Little.
Are you guys ready to meet your All-Stars?
I am so thankful for each and every one of you. What a great crowd, what a beautiful night. Let's go racing, boys. Coming to you tonight because of you, the fans, starting in the third starting spot in the number 4 Ford. Welcome, Noah Gregson. You guys are. Go get it, Noah.
Punching his
JHN in the house, starting 21st, and your NASCAR All-Star Open and the number 47, Sunny D Chevrolet. From Olive Branch, Mississippi, welcome, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Driving your number 45 Sirius XM Toyota for 2311 Racing. Welcome, Kyle Lerner!
Chevrolet from Monterrey, Mexico. Say hello to Daniel
social media platforms. On behalf of the entire team, we would like to thank each and every one of you for being such a warm and receptive airborne audience and for your continued support.
And Fox's own. Drivers, start your engines.
Two-time Daytona 500 champion William Byron starts inside of row number 3. Chase Elliott, the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series and All-Star Race champion, will start outside of row number 3.
Starting 7th, a past NASCAR champion Ryan Blaney and a past 2-time champion Kyle Busch rolls out 8th.
A couple of road course winners from 2024 will start in row number 5. Alex Bowman, the Chicago Speedway winner. Will start 10th.
Josh Berry starts 11th. Of course, he won earlier this year in Las Vegas. Daniel Suarez was last year's really winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
The only driver from 2311 Racing in the field here is Tyler Reddick. He will start 13th.
Well, back in the pack at 19th. He will be flanked by Denny Hamlin in 20th.
Next 2 drivers are in based on where they finished in the Open. The winner of the Open, Carson Hocevar, starts 21st. The runner-up finisher of the Open, John Hunter Nemechek, rolls off 22nd. And for the 3rd consecutive year, you voted him in, race fans. Noah Gragson will start 10th on the field. He'll roll off 23rd. Again, 250 laps. The caution on or around lap 100. The loser's caution for Marcus Smith has to be thrown before lap 220. If we have a caution
As they roll out of turn 4 and down for the front stretch. The next time they come by, they'll be in full song.
A field full of winning drivers, champions, all-stars here in the NASCAR Cup Series will do battle here with you tonight. Less than 1 lap to go, less than a half mile here at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Is ready to do battle for 250 laps in the 2025 edition of the NASCAR All-Star Race.
Chase has got the blue and white to line car.
Here's Brad Keselowski all the way to the fence, a little bit high in turn 2. Chase Elliott in by 3 Logano's got the bottom of the racetrack. Chase Elliott rides around the outside lane.
This is the battle for the 2nd spot. Rusty Wallace, here we are. 3 now 5.
Off of turn 2, but working that high side. Like I talked about it, there's a lot of momentum up here in the Chase is making work out there, but you're really down on the bottom of the track right now. Man, just went in on the bottom of turn 3. And that number 22 Ford is fast right now, guys. Side by side.
Chase Elliott. Those two.
tread compound that Goodyear has ever made for a NASCAR Cup tire. Right now, this is the softest compound that they're able to make with enough consistency to be able to field the field when they set up tires. So Suarez got into the outside retaining wall, and that flattened his left front tire. That brings out the first caution here. All-Star Racing right now, they are under caution, and we'll see if pit road opens this time by. Right now, the lights are flashing red. They typically wait for the field across the start-finish line before they decide whether or not they're going to open it. And it could get busy, it will likely get busy down on pit road. So at this point, it looks like it will stay closed this next lap.
To the benefit of replay, not so sure that Daniel Suarez's tire into the wall, but either way, pit road is open and it is there.
Just came down for his unscheduled stop. Let's start pit coverage with Chris Wilder.
More tires for Joey Logano. He's already down and away. Filled with Sunoco fuel, was building tight in the center. Christopher Bell said just no drive like I had yesterday. Also no lateral grip. For tires in Sunoco fuel was down and away. So was Ryan Blaney, struggling with grip. Tires in fuel steep post.
Man, this is a busy place down here as everybody getting pit service here on lap number 59.
So there we go, pit stops happening here in the first caution flag. Remember, we're going to have another caution, the All-Star caution, at or around lap 100. So this is going to be a bit of a shorter run to that caution coming out. Brad Keselowski leading the way with the cars coming off of pit road. But when it comes to the drivers that we're looking at here, Doug Rice, and some of the moves that have been made for William Byron, he was able to gain a spot. Kyle Busch, 2 tire change for them, 5 spots gained for Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch has done it, and we'll remind you once again, while the cars were a little quiet, the Wilkesboro Speedway Children's Charities let us know a moment ago there is $95,000 on the hand-in-hand. They would love to get to $100,000 before the end of the night, so the fan can take home $50,000, and the youth can benefit here in Wilkes County through a $50,000 gift from the Speedway.
This is all for the $1 million top prize here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Let's hear it for them, race fans. We're about to see some more action here in the NASCAR All-Star Race.
2 tires each for the front 3 cars. The first car on 4 new tires, Joey Logano in 4th, and we're ready to enter that restart zone and get back.
Still 3
on the right front, a lot of smoke coming out of that car. They're going to have to work on that, but Chastain's at least going to be able to catch up to the tail end of the field. You see him now diving onto pit road, and he'll come to the service of his Trackhouse crew right at the start-finish line. So for them, that's tough luck. But right now, Doug Rice to not have it. Chastain still on the lead lap. Austin Cindric this time by. It looks like he's going to end up going a lap down.
Austin Cindric with a bit more damage on the right front of that number 2 Ford, so he's got to recover a little bit. He's going to go a lap down. Chastain now stayed on the lead lap long enough to come in. It looks like they're going to go right side tires, 4 tires all the way around for Ross Chastain. Minimal damage on the car. I don't see any of the crew members right now addressing the damage. Pulling the front fender out just a little bit on the left-hand side, but for Ross Chastain, he'll re-enter the fray without going a lap down.
Yeah, interesting the way that left front fender was flared to see what kind of that aero problem that might cause for it. Luckily, not a lot of damage and not a lot to address there on that pit stop for Ross Chastain. So he makes his way back around the safety vehicles, and he will maintain the lead lap. Austin Cindric right now is being shown 2 laps down, now 1 lap down. We'll see what it cycles around to be, because Austin Cindric did just get feet. That Mustang Dark Horse pace car dives onto pit road. The field heading into turn number 3. Christopher Bell is the control car. He gets to have the jump. Joey Logano, one of the best on restarts. We're hitting the Echo Park Automotive restart zone as Christopher Bell pulls into that now. The green flag is going to go down.
Up front, no decision, no parade in. It's
straightaway. We'll see if he turns it into the Cup Series garage or into his pit box. And for Brad Keselowski, he actually goes into the pit box of teammate. It looks like that's the pit box of his teammate, Ryan Preece.
Well, he's in the pit box right now, is Brad Keselowski. When he came in, the right front tire came off of that car. You saw it disengage, and the car hopped up in the air. So big problems here for Brad Keselowski. It's going to take more than a new set of tires to fix that issue.
Yeah, and you're right. That is the Solomon Plumbing.
caution flare right now on the racetrack, and it comes out the 5th one of the evening. Promoter's caution with 34 to go in the All-Star race.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for 1996 All-Star race winner Michael Waltrip with the promoter's caution here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. That is the jacket that he was given when he won the All-Star race at Charlotte Motor Speedway in 1996. And Michael Waltrip mixing things up here with the promoter's caution.
Great job there, Mikey. Michael Waltrip throws the promoter's caution, and with only a handful of laps left to go, we're at 2:16. We've got to go to 2:50 to finish this one up. Great job.
And as you just
the top 5. Christopher Bell wins the 2025 NASCAR All-Star race. Let's go to pit road.
The Joe Gibbs Racing crew is absolutely losing their minds. Crew Chief Adam Stevens, your driver went out and took that one for $1 million. How do you describe what he just did?
Man, that was awesome. What a fun race. He did such a great job all weekend. We weren't very good last year, and to come back here and have something to contend with feels really special.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Adam Stevens and Christopher Bell, winners of the All-Star race. Christopher's first All-Star race win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from your race-winning driver. $1 million to Christopher Bell. He did it with hard racing. He did it with a big pack on the racetrack on the defending winner in one of the most competitive All-Star races we've seen in a long time.
I got to think in the last decade, this is easily the most entertaining and competitive All-Star race we've seen. Easily the best All-Star show that we've seen up here in North Wilkesboro. The first two were dominated by single drivers. Joe Logano was dominant tonight, but not the end of the game.
There he is, race fans. Let's give Christopher Bell a big All-Star race. Speedway. Let's hear it once again for your race winner.
Cool.